Hi children, and today I'll discuss about the term velocity. In previous video, we were discussing about speed, and what we actually observed there? We observed that speed is the distance covered by an object in unit time. And now we have to discuss velocity. Remember, how can we define velocity? Velocity can be defined as displacement. Take care of the sentence. Displacement covered by the object in unit time. Several books also says that velocity can be defined as the distance covered by the object in unit time in a specific direction. They add direction with distance so that it will become displacement. Both are correct. You may choose any one of them. There's no problem. Now question arises, how can we find the velocity? अगर हम बात करें इसकी यूनिट की, it is similar to speed, either meter per second or you may say it is kilometer per hour. That depends on you. You may say it is kilometer per second also. There's no problem. Satellites or sound, speed of sound can be taken in kilometer per second also. There's no problem. Basically, you can convert each unit into another unit. That depends on scenario, which is suitable for us. But when we observe these definitions, we assume कि ज़्यादा difference नहीं है. They are almost same. That is not correct. ये सही नहीं है. We will take few examples and then we will try to understand how speed is different from velocity. Even in the same scenario, speed and velocity may be different. Okay, we are just starting with a very easy example, and then we will take few different examples or different examples also. Suppose an object starts from a point A. Suppose it is point A, and it covers a distance of 20 meters towards east. And the time taken by that object and cover that 20 meters is suppose 4 seconds. It reaches to a point B. Now it covers a distance of 10 meters to reach a point C. And by chance, the time taken by the object is suppose 1 second. It is moving towards north at that time. Now suppose it moves towards west, again a distance of 20 meters. And suppose this time it takes 3 seconds to cover and it reaches to a point D. And my target is to find out the speed of the object and the velocity of the object for the whole journey. It is my target. How can we find the speed and how can I find the velocity? If let first we will take the speed. We know that speed can be given as a distance upon time. Now, what is the distance covered by the object here? The distance covered by the object here is AB plus BC plus CD divided by the total time. Suppose that time is T1, that time is T2, and that time is T3. So it will be T1 plus T2 plus T3. And when we add them, AB is 20 plus 10 plus 20, it will become 20, 10, 30, 20, 50 meter. And the total time is 4 plus 1, 5 plus 3, 8 seconds. So finally you'll get the speed as 50 over 8 meter per second. You may say it is 25 by 4 meter per second. You also can say 6 whole 1 by 4 meter per second. In this manner we can find the speed of the object for the whole journey. And suppose now I have to find velocity. Second part is velocity. Velocity is displacement divided by time. And what is displacement? It is the change in position. Final position minus initial position. आप ऐसे भी कह सकते हैं कि हम जहां से चले और जहां पर पहुंचे उसका shortest distance. That is that AD directly is representing the displacement. And what should be its value? From the diagram it is clear that displacement here is 10 meter. So displacement cover is 10 meter here. But what is the total time taken by the object that particular distance? Displacement. It is again 8 seconds. Because the object has taken 4 plus 1 plus 3 seconds to reach to D from A. And that is why here the total time is 8. And so what should be actually the velocity? 10 by 8. So it will be 1.25 meter per second. So in that case, what we are observing? We are observing that the speed and the velocity are different in these two cases. Velocity is different. Speed is different. We can understand now how velocity is different from speed. But remember, if object is not changing its direction, it is traveling in a straight line only, then speed and displacement, velocity remains same because the distance and the displacement will be same at that point. But again there is a change in direction. Remember, even in that scenario, the magnitude of the velocity will be equal to the speed. It is because when an object travels in a straight line, the magnitude of the displacement is equal to the distance cover. Even in that scenario, you cannot say displacement and distance are exactly identical. No, only the numerical value of the displacement is equal to the distance, and that is why we are only getting the numerical value of the velocity is equal to the value of the speed. Okay, I hope that simple example is, I think, it is enough to explain you the basic difference between speed and velocity. But now I will take a difficult example, comparatively difficult example, so that we can understand, we can explain the speed and velocity in a much more better way. Okay, but I'm ending that video. Wait for the next video, and in that scenario I'll discuss it in a more explanatory way. Thank you.